Hey guys, Fat Man the Beard here. Just gonna do a really quick video. I was hoping my Nerd Block was gonna be here today, but Nerd Block has changed their shipping system for some reason. I used to get an international shipping. As most of you know, you probably do the same thing. You used to get an international shipping confirmation from them, and it basically just kind of told you when to enter the United States, but it seemed to be pretty quick. Now it looks like they're rerouting it, like they're rerouting it to like New York, and then it's actually getting shipped from there. Like they're shipping a bunch of them into the States and then shipping them from there, and it seems to be taking forever. My Nerd Block last month was like, I don't know, like a week or two behind schedule of everyone else's. Same with my Horror Block, it was really, really late. Let me know if you guys are having the same problem. I don't know why Nerd Block changed it. It was working fine. Excuse me, I got heartburn today. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know if they changed it up or why they did what they did with that. Probably to save money somehow on the shipping. But it's really, really come to a halt with the shipping as far as getting here on time. So I just thought I'd do, this is just a video of just a few things I picked up on eBay over the last 2 weeks. I was going to show them with my Nerd Block, but I just figured I'd do a little eBay haul video, show you guys some of the stuff I got on here as well. Also, one thing I found also in my stuff as I was going through boxes and stuff, because I just did a trade with Mr. Tony the Dead. We did a trade, and so I was going through some stuff looking for something. He has something I wanted, and I wanted to find something that he wanted. But I found this replica of the Hellraiser Pandora box type thing. I don't know how long I've had this. I think I got this back in like the 90s. Like 97-ish, 98, somewhere in there. It's just plastic, and it just snapped together. I think I actually had to use some glue though. I had to use some super glue. It didn't really quite stay, but it's quite sturdy now. But I thought that was kind of cool. I found this little replica of the Hellraiser cube. And then the rest of these are all eBay finds. First one, I mean, everyone's probably seen this, but I got it on Blu-ray, and the reason I picked it up too, I mean, I didn't have a copy of it, so I just picked it up because it was $1.99 on eBay, and that's Caddyshack on Blu-ray. I love Caddyshack. I'm sure most people do. Bill Murray, Chevy Chase. I mean, you know, this is a really great film, really funny. But yeah, I actually scored this on eBay. You know, it's just the Blu-ray disc, no DVD, no digital copy, nothing, but for $1.99. It was not a buy it now, it was a bid option. But it had like, I don't know, like a day and 10 hours or something, so the minimum bid was $1.99, I threw it on there and I won it. You know, and sometimes you get these rare little finds on eBay, you know, you're just like, what the hell, I'll throw out a couple bucks if I get it, fine if I don't, oh well. But yeah, the bid ended, no one else bid, and I scored, you know, a copy of this for, you know, $1.99. Well, plus $2.32 for shipping, so under $5 I got it. But you can't tell that it's used. It looks brand, like it looks as if you had just taken it out of the shrink wrap. And the disc is totally fine too. So, you know, Caddyshack for under $5, hell yeah, all day long. I'll buy that for sure. These other two, as many of you know, like, I've been trying to reacquire a lot of 80s horror films. Well, you know, late 70s up until about 91. And these are two that I've been looking for some time. They are not super difficult, but yet they aren't easy to get either. I wish they were on Blu-ray, but they're not. And I don't know that they will end up on Blu-ray. And I'll explain why. Yeah, and that's Slumber Party Massacre 2 and 3. As many of you I just purchased Slumber Party Massacre on Blu-ray. It was a Scream Factory release. They you know, and Scream Factory tries, I think, to acquire as much as they can, but I think these were done. I think these two were done by totally different directors than the first one. I know they were, and so they were not as popular as the first one. And Slumber Party Massacre 2 takes place. Well, it doesn't take place. It was filmed in '89, so the first one was filmed in '82. So quite a bit of time had passed, and I think this was 1990. Just look at that classic back. Look at the back of that cover. That's totally 1990. I mean, you could just tell. It just has that feel to it. Now, I know this one, the killer is back to using the big drill bit in part 3, but in part 2 is a really obscure film. I'll just look at that cover, too. Like, that's so 80s. And this is just like a spirit of some dead 50s rock and roll guy coming back to... I can't even remember. I haven't rewatched this yet. I remember it being very cheesy. I remember there actually being a song in the middle of it. It's pretty cheesy. But there's some pretty cool kill scenes in this. And I got these on eBay. They're both used. Well, unfortunately, though, I think it's this one. This is like he slapped it in a... The DVD itself is fine. But it's like one of those cases where it doesn't even have... It's like not the proper case for it. And I just ordered some really cheap brand new blank DVD cases on eBay to replace these cases. Because the slipcovers and stuff are really good, and the DVDs are in perfect condition. But the cases are pretty hammered. But I got both of these on eBay for $15, which seems like a lot for these. Just you think you could probably pick these up anywhere. You might be able to look at, if you find these at a garage sale, pick them up for sure. Because I actually, who I bought them from had to buy it now of 22 or make an offer, and I offered 15 on them, and he took it. But these actually go for about 15 to 20 a piece, used on eBay. In fairly good condition. So if you do run across either one of these, they are pretty good fetch on eBay because they are really hard to find. I'm also looking, and if anybody knows or has any connection to it, I'm looking for any of the Sorority House Massacres. There were 3 of them. The first one is on Blu-ray, but it was a Scorpion. There's a company called Scorpion. They released it, and they only put out, just like Fright Night, there was only 1,200 Blu-ray copies of Sorority House Massacre, the first one. So, of course, on eBay, they want $100+ for it. This is a bunch of ridiculous bullshit. I don't understand. I mean, I don't understand why you would limit something like a DVD when you're making these things to make money. It's not fine art. The more you replicate it, the lower the value. The value doesn't go lower. I just never understood that. Like, you're a company producing these Blu-rays. You took all the time to transfer it over to Blu-ray. Get all this stuff done, and you're only going to put 1,200 in the store. Like, that's just stupid to me. That's just fucking stupid. Because why not just make millions and let everyone have them and sell more? I don't know. I don't understand the thought process behind any of that crap. But yeah, I'm looking for Sorority House Massacre. I'll probably end up just buying the first one is really easy to get. I can get it for about $10 on eBay, brand new actually. But the other 2, Sorority House Massacre 2 and 3, are very difficult. And they can be pretty, they're not super high, but they go in the $30 range. So if anybody else out there has a copy of those on DVD and you would like to sell them or trade for them, let me know. I'm really looking for those. What else am I looking for right at the moment? I think it's about... Well, I'm trying to find all of the Critters movies on DVD as well. They are not on Blu-ray at the moment either. So, yeah, those are a few things I'm looking for, guys. Moving on. This one I actually just saw on Johnny Tejas' Top 100 movie list recently. I just watched his video. I can't remember what number he assigned it. I think it was like, he was doing like 50 through 41 or something like that. And that's Suspiria. Now this is a Dario Argento film. This is from 1977. I just watched it last night, actually, and it does have the slipcover inside. No DVD because it's in my player. Also, the case is pretty rough on this. I'll probably replace it too. But this is a film from 1977. And if you didn't watch Johnny's video, this is about an American girl who comes to a European ballet dance company, and I don't know if it's a company, but it's a school. It's a school. And it's all the bizarre things that happen there. There's some murders that take place. The film overall, I hadn't seen this before. Well, maybe I had, but it had been a long time. I didn't really remember it too well. And I do like Argento's films overall. I'll tell you some things I don't like about it and what I do like about these films. I had seen mostly his later stuff. Like I had seen he had done Phantom of the Opera, The Church. I really like The Church. These were all later. This is 1977. This is his second film. He did one before this. I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But this is the one he got famous for. This one is unique to any of his other films. This film stands alone from the rest of his work. The rest of his work is very straightforward. This has a very unusual... The thing that makes this film, it's not the kills, because there really isn't that many kills in this, and there's really not a lot of gore. But for 77, I think this would have been quite shocking for most. It's beautifully filmed, which is one really big factor. The inside of the school is painted different shades of red and blue, and his use of color and lighting and camera angles is very avant-garde sort of thing. He definitely knew what he was doing in this film. You can tell that people like drawing a blank as usual. David Lynch. You can tell David Lynch was definitely inspired by this film because you can see Suspiria and things like maybe Lost Highway. His use of color and things like that are very reminiscent of Suspiria. And I'm sure there are probably a lot of other directors as well that use the way the lighting is in this movie in a lot of their films. So the lighting and just the cinematography alone, but the other big thing is the soundtrack that goes with the film, which is done by Goblin. And the soundtrack makes it very unsettling and very eerie. The film overall is very good for what it is. It's 1977, so this is very early, Argento. The only thing I don't like about this is, and I believe this is dubbed. I feel like the main actress, when she speaks, it seems like it's not dubbed, but then at other times it feels dubbed. But I can't remember if this is dubbed or not. It does sound like, so it makes it feel like when people are having conversations, because there's a lot of quiet talking, and there's a lot of dialogue in the film. Really, it's a dialogue film for the most part. So when they're talking and it is dubbed, it does feel a little awkward at times, and it feels like the acting is a little stoic. I guess if that's the word I could use, is stoic. And the only other complaint, and I think this probably goes through, if I went and watched his, probably up until more of his recent ones, although I have not watched his version of Dracula, his use of blood. His use of blood is very good in the kill scenes, but he uses what I would almost say is like a grade school paint quality red. It's this weird, it just reminds me of cheap paint that we would have used in art class in grade school, or the blood, and it makes it look kind of tacky. It doesn't look right. And I do remember him, I believe, even in a few films from now, using the same style. He's definitely not using corn syrup, dyed corn syrup. He's using something else in the film. And it just does not look good. Especially, I think, once you get a DVD quality video and it looks really good. I got this on eBay. I did pay $10 used, which is actually not. I started going through and looking at it, which isn't a bad price. This was floating between 12 and there's actually a 3-disc collector's edition that was around $30 that was out of print. It's actually the one that Johnny Tejas has in his video. But this regular copy right here, and it does have some features on it. It goes between $10 and $12 on eBay used. I don't know if this is out of print or not. A lot of his films are very hard to get a hold of. In fact, that is actually what I was wanting to trade with Tony, and it is what we're trading for. Was an Argento film, and I'll show you that when it comes in. And I don't actually don't even know what all. He's sending me some other stuff, but I don't know what it is. So I'm really excited about that, Tony. Really excited to get your package. That sounded weird. That definitely sounded. Tony, can't wait to get your package. That just didn't come out right. But anyway, yeah, guys, Suspiria. You know, not his best work, but I definitely wanted to have it in my collection. I do like his use of lighting and the soundtrack in this. It makes it very good. Last item. This was an item I got 2 separate items on this deal. I had to kind of piece it together. And this was something that when I saw it on eBay, I was just browsing for some reason. I saw it on eBay. I was like, oh my gosh. I remember my brother having this very distinctly as a kid. And I was like, I had to have it. And I got it for pretty cheap overall. And I got a lunchbox. I do collect lunchboxes. It is plastic, I know. Normally I don't buy plastic lunchboxes, but the price was right, and it's in really great shape. And that is an Alf lunchbox. And it's just awesome. I love that it's it's from 1987, right? 87. Let's see. Yeah, 87. My brother had the same exact lunchbox, and I got it for $3. It was a buy it now for $3. It's in perfect condition, no cracks. The label is all great. Inside, everything's great on it for $3. I was like, okay, but it didn't have the thermos, of course. But one thing I really loved about this was I just love how it's just got all this fast food all over it. Milkshakes, pizza, hamburgers, french fries. And I think today it's one of those things where you would never see this kind of imagery on a lunchbox, especially in a very health-conscious society now, when we don't give, we're not feeding kids this kind of stuff at lunch at school anymore. It's not, but back in the 80s, that crap, nobody cared about that, that just wasn't a priority, obviously. So I really had to have that. For $3, I was like, no, I'm going to get this. I'm going to take a chance on it. And I'm glad I did. It's in really awesome shape. And I went back and looked to see how much these were going for. They were, complete ones with thermoses were running, around $25 or so. But then I had to get the thermos for it. So I did hunt around. There was quite a few on there. And the thermos is in perfect condition. Of course, it's got the, the little, if you want to replace these are $15 just for this little screw-on part right here. So it's a complete thermos. I did pay a little bit more. I paid $9 for the thermos. Which, thermos is, if you don't have it, it's not complete. And so you forget reselling it and having any value, so you had it. So I paid a total of $12 for everything. So for $12, I got a pretty good deal. I'm not complaining. And this is a really cool addition, just because, like I said, it was one of those things where my brother had this as a kid. I do remember it, and I did really love, Alf as a kid. If you watch it now, it's very, very cheesy, kind of difficult to watch at times. But yeah, it was very nostalgic, and I just had to pick it up for the money. That was a pretty good deal. But that's it, everybody. I will have, as soon as Tony's package arrives, I will do an unboxing for that, and hopefully, it says my nerd block is going to be here next Tuesday or Wednesday, so that's kind of a bummer. I think the theme this month was anime. Not really. This I have a feeling will be the big letdown nerd block for me. I think this is definitely going to be one of those. I'm not going to be happy. I tend to like animation that's a little more less mainstream. I like and I think you guys have talked about this before. I like I watch Adventure Time and Regular Show and Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Metal Alchemist, Rick and Morty. Oh, and Johnny Tejas, I know you were talking about Rick and Morty too on your Loot Crate unboxing, I believe. Watch Rick and Morty, you'll love it. I know you watch. I know that you watch like Adventure Time and things like that, and it's right up your alley. It's definitely it's definitely more adult, but it's very funny. It definitely has a kind of a warped Back to the Future feel, and warped I mean kind of twisted and weird. But I think you'll like it, Johnny. So check out Rick and Morty, and all of you guys, yeah, check out Rick and Morty. I think the first season is on Hulu. Yeah, Hulu just added a bunch of Adult Swim stuff and Cartoon Network stuff. They just added all the regular show seasons, all of Adventure Time, Rick and Morty, Aqua Teen Hunger Force. They added a bunch. Metal Alchemist, it's all on there. So go if you have Hulu, go check it out. There's all that stuff's on there as well. That's it, guys. Hopefully, like I said, I'll have some stuff next week, and I'd like to get out some more videos. In fact, I've got another video idea I want to do because I'm tired of. I guess I'm kind of rambling now, but I kind of I'm having a hard time coming up with videos sometimes in between boxes or hauls or garage sales and things like that. I do get these top 10 lists every once in a while, but I just want to do more, and so I've got an idea for a video I'd like to do, and I'm tired of following these like kind of unspoken eBay, these kind of unspoken YouTube rules that, you know, your channel has to be very specific and it can't, you know, venture off into other territories and things like that, and I don't like that being inside a box. You know, like I said, I talk about comics and collectibles and toys, and I do unboxings, and I've talked about music, and music is really something that I'm passionate about and I'd like to talk about more. So I may do that, but I've got some other ideas as well. I just don't like being in this, like, you have to do it this way or your subscribers don't like it. I mean, I'll still continue to do everything else, but I think I would just like to do other videos because I just feel like I'm not doing enough, and I enjoy it, so I want to do more. So we'll see what happens with that, guys. That's it, guys. Smell you later.